Welcome to the thrilling world of Formula Racing, where Formula One stands at the top. It is the epitome of automotive performance, and it is constantly testing the boundaries of what a car can do on track. And Formula One cars can do things on the track that no other cars in the world can do. They are simply the best. But Formula One is supported by its feeder series, F2, F3, and F4, where drivers are allowed to train and develop their skills for higher levels of competition and cars of higher performance. As I've watched all of these series on TV over the years, I've wondered to myself, what are the actual differences, not only in the cars themselves, but the performance out on track? And I thought today we would go ahead and look at the actual distinct differences and see and hear the differences on track. And what better way to do this than using sim racing? So let's go ahead and meet our contenders and the various levels of Formula One cars. I introduce to you the entry-level machines in the world of Formula Racing. Weighing in at a lean 485 kilograms and boasting a modest horsepower of somewhere between 160 and 185, we have the agile and the spirited Formula 4 car. These little cars are able to reach top speeds of 150 to 170 miles an hour with lateral G-force limits of 2 to 2.5 Gs in the corners. But what truly sets it apart is its affordability, with brand new cars coming in between $100,000 and $150,000. F4 is the entry-level force ready to ignite the world of Formula Racing. Now brace yourselves for the next contender in the world of Formula Racing. Weighing in at a fierce 600 kilograms and unleashing a mighty horsepower of somewhere between 225 to 280, we present the formidable F3 car. These cars can propel themselves to an astonishing speeds of 160 to 190 miles per hour and develop G-force limits of somewhere between 2.5 and 3 Gs. We've nearly doubled the price in stepping up to F3, coming in at $200,000 to $400,000 per car. F3 is the next level force that pushes the boundaries of Formula Racing to exhilarating new heights. Now get ready to witness the beginning of serious power in the world of Formula Racing. Weighing in at an awe-inspiring 720 kilograms and delivering an astounding horsepower of 620 to 670, we represent the magnificent Formula 2 car. Unfortunately, we had to use the IR18 to represent this, but we came pretty darn close to the specs. These cars are capable of speeds somewhere upward of 190 to 210 miles per hour, developing G-forces of 3 to 3.5 in the corners. We've stepped up the price to nearly 10 times of the previous series at $1.5 million to $2.5 million per car. F2 is the ultimate pinnacle where speed, power, and performance collide in a symphony of racing excellence. And now prepare yourselves for the grand finale. In the gold corner, weighing a mere 750 kilograms and boasting an astronomical horsepower of over 1,000, we unveil the unrivaled Formula One car. Hold your breath as this ultimate pinnacle of motorsport glory propels itself beyond 220 miles per hour, with lateral G-force limits reaching a mind-bending 4 to 6 Gs. F1 defies the law of physics, taking on corners with superhuman precision, strength, and finesse. However, the cost of these cutting-edge marvels remains undisclosed, as they are custom-built by manufacturers for the elite teams of Formula One, with figures soaring into the tens of millions to over 100 million per car. Now that we've covered the statistical differences between the 4 different levels of Formula Racing, I think the best way to really understand those differences is by getting out on track. Out on track, we can actually feel, hear, and see the difference in speed and sound of these different cars. you can see the Formula One car gets it done almost a full second quicker. And in our speed trap at Catalunya, the Formula One car is 49 miles an hour faster than the F4 car. So I actually have to admit, I really did learn a few things today. Despite having driven all these different levels of Formula car, I'd never put them back to back to back and actually timed or looked at the visual differences in speed as they went through corners, and it kind of blew me away. On one hand, I mean, there's no denying the quality and the performance of Formula One, but you also start to see just how much it costs. Once you start getting over 120 miles an hour, that aero difference to get you faster costs a lot more than it costs you to get to that 120 mile an hour point. Same thing on the G-forces and the performances of the car. That F4 car, despite its lack in power, despite its lack of aerodynamics and technology advancements of the Formula One car, it really can do some amazing things on track for a very small budget. But then when you think of those Formula cars and what they can do, it's no doubt that the amount of cost is undisclosed. We just don't get to know what they spend to get that much out of a car. But regardless, all of the cars are fun to drive, and they each have their distinct differences when it comes to racing, because the different speeds create different recovery levels, and that makes it different for racing and makes it fun for racing, and enters different strategy and performance for all those different levels. So I hope you've learned something today like I did. It was a lot of fun in doing this show, so hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Be sure to subscribe to the channel so you can find out when our next video comes out, and thank you for watching. This is the Simpit. I'm Sean Cole, and I'll see you on the track.